when Elon took over DOGE, that was like the final avenger.
Never in my life will I ever be a Democrat again. And I can't say about the rest of politics, but I'm going to say this. Just because I'm saying I'm on one side doesn't mean I'm on another side. You don't know much about me, and you don't know much about politics. I'm going to say this. I will never, ever support the Democratic Party again after seeing all this misappropriation of funds. But all Democrats care about are like pushing their heads up with like DEI and they're racist. But y'all misappropriating funds. At the end of the day, no matter if you're white, black, yellow, red, black, green, blue, orange, whatever the colors you are, the rainbow. I don't care. We all pay taxes. And the fact is that you were misappropriating funds and mishandling our tax money. I care more about that than I ever care about my race, DEI, or anything like that. Y'all can call me the C word that rhymes with moon. I don't give a. That is more important. My bag is more important to me, and where that shit is going is more important to me than my race. Don't give a damn. Racist DEI and racist and Yahtzees and all this stuff. I don't. Y'all taking our money and using it for craziness and balloon popping and all this stuff and bubble wraps and $600 million on sushi and $50 million on condoms in Gaza and misappropriating funds. I am not with it. U.S. aid, all this stuff. Y'all were paying celebrities to represent Ukraine. Like, I can't ever be a Democrat ever in my life. Oh, and the whole AP political thing. The fact that y'all were paying journalists or paying AP off, which is the Associated Press off, so they could write nasty things about a candidate.
Yes, the people are waking up. When you take a look at the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio has just informed USA workers that he only need 294 of them. They are, look at the number here, 14,000 people who work at the agency. The DOGE effect is really working. This is the same principle Elon Musk put in with Twitter. We saw the result. The things you function like never before. People thought X will fall when Elon Musk cut off this number of people, bringing in business into the government. It is something the Democrats have never seen. They are seeing it for the first time. Making everything to be efficient is a problem to Democrats. I understand how shocked that this is taking them unaware till date. These people can't even sleep. They have the new talking point, hostile takeover of the government. That is a new talking point. I'm seeing everywhere on social media. And some of these sponsor papers are putting out articles.
About it, take a look.
Who is this unelected billionaire that he can attempt to dismantle federal agencies, fire people, transfer them, offer them early retirement? I move that the committee subpoena Elon Musk to come before it as a witness at the earliest possible moment.
There's been a motion and second. The motion is not debatable.
I think it's outrageous that this committee will not even entertain a motion.
No, you state
Mr.
your...
Chairman, that's not a point of order.
Somebody
I
who's breaking the law and dismantling our federal agencies. Data.
My job is to look out and make sure that we don't have any kings or queens in this country, but it seems like y'all have decided that it's going to be Mr. King and his queen, and y'all can pick which one is which.
The Democratic Party was I hate the Democratic Party because they didn't just leave supporters of the party. They left the country. I mean, if you want proof of this, if you want proof of just how crazy they are, just go look at the videos from the DNC leadership conference last weekend. Go look at, how utterly dysregulated Dems have gotten outside of the USAID building. It's like these people are going crazy because the money grift is over. And just like I said before, just like I said last night in my video, These people are now trying to stay out of jail. They're trying to stay out of jail. There's no other way to describe the hysteria now. And let me tell you something, just another quick piece. If you think for a second that this is just a localized thing and it's just just me being just one black guy talking crazy as a lot of people do. I just had a conversation with a brother today, who was my Uber driver. And he's disgusted too with the Democratic Party. In fact, he said the Democrats don't put America first. They don't put their citizens first. Imagine that, a black Uber driver in New York City who's America first. We got to change this. The Democratic Party have lied to us about everything. They've lied about being the party of the middle class. They've lied about being the party of peace. They've lied about being the party that wants to help poor people. Okay? What the last several weeks have proven to us all is that this is a cadre of criminals.
Yes, this coordinated effort to go after Elon Musk did not start today. Just during the campaign, we saw the number of lawsuits flying here and there. Oh, Elon Musk this, Elon Musk that. After the election, they changed the narrative. Oh, Elon Musk is now the president. It's not Trump. That is what we saw. They were changing the language every single day. When you take a look at articles like this, you can clearly see their tone. Oh, now is the hostile takeover of the government by Elon Musk. That is what they are using every single day. Who is this individual? We didn't elect. The billionaire is creating major upheaval as his team sweep through agency in what has been an extraordinary flexing of power by a private individual. That is according to this article from the Washington Post. When I look through why these people continue to melt down, I just want to be showing you so you can see the craziness in all this. The White House press secretary did something.
Strong message to Democrats who are out there pretending to be outraged about the long list of crap that this administration is cutting, federal waste and funding, like $2 million for changes in Guatemala, $6 million to fund tourism in Egypt.
Something that they're most concerned about is DOGE engineers with access to Treasury systems. Can you clarify, do the DOGE engineers have read-only access in these systems, so they are not allowed to write new code?
No.
They are not, okay.
No.
USA ID has gotten a lot of attention in the last couple of days with some of these bizarre things that we've been, taxpayers have been funding. Now it looks like there are a couple media outlets that have been dragged into this conversation as far as USA ID funding as well. Does the president have any comment on that?
So upon coming out here to the briefing room, I was made aware of the funding from USAID to media outlets, including Politico, who I know has a seat in this room. Subsidizing subscriptions to Politico on the American taxpayers' dime will no longer be happening. The DOGE team is working on canceling those payments now.
Russell Vaught, who is the architect of Project 2025, is now up to be the Director of Management and Budget. He said, yes, somebody looks very shocked in the audience.
With a codicil that says it's only been 2 weeks, okay?
Oh,
so
Lord.
To start saying what
like
people
3 years.
should be doing, it shouldn't be doing, but doesn't it have to be an all group freak out for us to get any feeling that somebody's watching what's going on?
So generally speaking, Americans support cutting spending within the federal government. If it's wasteful, if it's fraudulent, if it's abusive. Those are important caveats. There were payment errors in the federal government over the last 20 years of up to $2.7 trillion in improper payments. That simply shouldn't have gone out.
don't you have to, yeah.
So that's where I'm getting
Okay.
to. So generally the idea of we're going to go through an audit and we're going to cut waste, we're going to get rid of the fat, trim it, is something people support. My biggest gripe with the White House, and I would plead with them, is this. You need to be telling us what he's cutting and why. There is such a lack of transparency around this. And then when there has been information shared, it's later turned out to be incorrect.
Yes, I said this and I'll repeat myself. Any person that is still freaking out about this is corrupt. Yes. They're talking about, oh, this has been pointed, oh, this, there's no transparency. I don't know why would they even say this. The Biden administration was there for 4 years. I didn't see them asking this question. Like, why is Biden administration not transparent to tell us what was happening? Why is it that we didn't know that this corruption was happening when the Biden administration was there? We didn't know that things like this were happening until now. They're even transparent enough to bring this out to the public. They can't still appreciate that. That is ungratefulness. Thank you, guys. If you see clips after my videos, that is for the algorithm. You can even stop here. I will appreciate you if you share out the video. God bless you.
Now, so we're getting a chance to see what happens when you take a business approach to the government in the White House. We're seeing right now with this whole U.S. aid thing, where they're uncovering massive amounts of corruption. And
their hard-earned money, and they want their tax dollars to look like it's helping the country.
And also, I got to say,
don't you agree?
I totally agree.
Essential.
Early on, immediately.
She's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10.
To her.
The EU does not treat the U.S. fairly on trade and that he has some big complaints. Is that true?
Right? And it doesn't mean that we should sit and pretend that it's suddenly okay, that this new presidency is just going to keep on keeping on. That is not the case. And because, final point for me, a year and a half is because...
This is the United States.
You're talking about a man who didn't become the president of the United States because of merit.
This lady is not unstopped.
Where awful things have happened. So...
And sparks move things. And it doesn't matter how much water you have.
Future president and his gag
are somebody in policy.
The city of the Pacific Palisades is burning. And, I flew here last night. I was on a plane.
You getting water to areas that need...
He's been trained his whole life to do.
What do we do?
All right, right now you're looking straight. Remember it.
As a country about James.
Yeah, and then I think all our tax dollars probably went for Gavin's hair gel. I don't know.
Jordan.
In the 5 tenants of
Palisades Village right here. This is the town center of sorts.
And he did this little dance.
Josh Green, the governor of down in Hawaii. Had some...
And then we watch news or talk.
Now look, I have a lot of...
I was being lazy on the couch like Friday night. Any more you would criticize?